awesome. Next up we have Robert McCaw, who is the Government Affairs Manager for the Council on American Islamic Relations, CAIR, the nation's largest Muslim civil rights organization. Mr. McCaw works to develop national programs to ensure that the American Muslim community is being represented by policymakers and officials in Washington, D.C., and to coordinate CAIR's national and state electives. Please welcome Robert.
Hey, assalamu alaikum. Happy 4th of July. Thank you everyone for coming here. Let's restore the 4th. Thank you. So I'm happy to mark this year's Independence Day by joining my fellow Americans here at McPherson Square at this Restore the 4th rally. We're here for the one reason: to support the U.S. Constitution's 4th Amendment right against unreasonable searches and seizures. Several weeks back, when reports began to circulate that the NSA and FBI are tapped into the nation's top internet technology companies and collecting the phone call records of millions of American citizens, I was told by a fellow colleague from another civil rights organization there might be a good chance that the feds are intercepting my phone calls and emails, but I'm absolutely sure that your organization and that the Muslim community is under surveillance. I had one simple response and reply: we are all under surveillance.
Yeah, right.
Woo! As a nation, we sat idly by while Congress passed and the President signed into law the U.S. Patriot Act and the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, the primary sources of authority from which this expansive domestic surveillance program derives. While Americans were told that these programs have been used primarily to target violent extremist groups like Al-Qaeda, federal law enforcement and national security quickly used these newfound powers to spy on American citizens. That's not right. No! This all-encompassing domestic spying program that collects and deciphers metadata from our phone calls, from our emails, from our online footprints, it doesn't only affect the civil rights of Muslim Americans, it corrosively dismantles the privacy and free speech rights of all Americans. The 4th of July honors that triumphant day in 1776 when the Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence. Let's celebrate that. Asserting the right of the America's 13 colonies that they were free and independent from the tyranny of British rule. Our nation's founding fathers rejected, and mothers rejected, the absolute despotism and the long train of abuses and usurpations of American colonial citizens' rights and rules of law. Sounds kind of familiar right now, doesn't it? Yeah. Here's a little history for you quick. Prior to the Declaration of Independence being signed, in 1761, Boston lawyer James Otis spoke against the overly broad warrants that were being issued by the British government. These writs of assistance allowed the Crown's agents to search any house or ship they wished without any specific reason. John Adams, signer of the Declaration of Independence and second President of the United States, he said of Otis's speech, "Then and there, the child of independence was born." And here we're to celebrate that birthday. Today we rally under disheartening reports that the federal government has engaged in acts of domestic surveillance and spying, which undermines those very core constitutional privacy protections and prohibitions against these unreasonable searches. While some in Congress and the White House, they say that these programs, these domestic spying programs, are lawful, CAIR and the civil rights community believes that the 4th Amendment and the Constitution is clear. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued upon probable cause. I'm sure if they were writing that today, they'd include phone calls and emails. Again, CAIR urges the President and Congress to establish clear criteria on how long these communications are being stored and collected, and that Congress amend Section 215 of the Patriot Act in order to better enact safeguards to protect the rights of Americans from such abuses, and commit full public disclosure and transparency. by declassifying these programs today. Furthermore, without any additional information about the criteria used to determine how the NSA and their analysts use these programs to only target individuals based on their foreignness, CAIR remains equally concerned that these programs could be discriminating against the basis of religion and national origin. So legislative initiatives like these are necessary to protect the Fourth Amendment rights of all American citizens, including the members of the American Muslim community, which have been subjected to unwarranted and discriminatory acts of surveillance for the last decades. The Council of American Islamic Relations is proud to be a part of that long American tradition by our nation's founding fathers in asserting the rights and liberties of our fellow citizens against government abuses and usurpations of law. In celebrating today, July 4th, CAIR and I personally invite you to read copies of the U.S. Declaration of Independence, read copies of the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and then go on our website and any other organization here, their website, get in contact with your member of Congress, get in contact with the President, and tell them that now is the time to end surveillance, stop reading our phone calls, stop reading our emails, stop reading our phone calls. Thank you very much.